Welcome to Harvest at Brailsford Benefice. It's going to be different this year because of the COVID disease. Coming up, I visit the YMCA allotments in Derby, where one volunteer sums it up perfectly, saying, "We aren't just growing vegetables, we're growing people." And I also find out what harvest means to one of our parishioners.
It means saying thank you to God for everything that He provides for us.
But first, I'm going to meet a farmer who works very hard to put food on our plate. Crystal Springs Farm in Brailsford has been the home to the Adams family for over 50 years. It's mainly a beef and sheep farm now. Nick, the farmer, uses natural farming methods to raise his animals and to improve the environment. Hi Nick.
Hello Paul, how are you?
What a great spot.
Thank you.
Now, how long have you been farming this land?
We came here with my family in 1968, so a bit over 50 years now. It was only 30 acres then, and it's now 160. It's been organic for just over 20 years now, and the longer I've been organic, the more I've got learnt about the environment and changed my farming ways. Every day the cattle get a fresh patch of ground, so there's less exposure to worms and health issues for them. But for the environment, there's a mosaic of land at different growth stages for the wildlife to be on. We also grow cereals, but principally it's beef and sheep.
Now, I'm a city boy, but have thoroughly enjoyed living in the countryside, and one of my favourite aspects of harvest is singing that wonderful hymn,
Yes.
"We plough the fields and scatter." Obviously,
Yes.
Slightly different here,
Yeah.
but I know you have a faith in God.
Yes.
How does that faith in God make you appreciate the gift of harvest?
It just makes you realise what a miracle it is. And obviously, faith can be as big or as complicated or as simple a question as you want it to be. But it is a miracle that we have life on this rock spinning in space, and it's a miracle that we have so-called intelligent life, and the opportunity to then use those resources to our best and preserve them and, for our home. If we didn't have soil and rain, there'd be no life here, and it's so important that we look after that and are grateful. However it happened, it's a miracle.
How do you communicate to your children the importance of thanking God and that bigger picture?
I'm constantly telling them that we need to save the world. It's managing our environment that's so important, and how we do it and how we look after it, because this is our home, and we need to not just look after it, we need to improve our environment so that it goes on to look after those generations. And yes, it's very worrying having young children, the world that they come into, but I want to teach them to value it, and hopefully they will go on to try and work to improve it as well.
Helen is a member of Brailsford Church and lives in the Benefice with her young family. She and her husband, Pete, keep a number of horses and ponies in their stables, and now their daughters are old enough, they're being taught to ride. It's important to Helen that the children grow up to appreciate what they have, and also to understand the true meaning of harvest.
It means saying thank you to God for everything that He provides for us. And it's just important to remember, because we live in such a beautiful part of the world, that God is involved in everything that we eat and that's created. It's really important that children are aware of the animals that surround us, where everything comes from.
For you as a parent, it's important that your children, A, value the beauty of their surroundings, but also have that sense that there's a bigger something, and of course for you and I that something is God. How does your faith make you feel about harvest?
I think it makes us feel very grateful that we get to live in such a beautiful place, that we are very fortunate to have food on the table in front of us every evening, that the children are very lucky to have lovely animals to grow up with and to learn about. We've recently had chickens last autumn, and so they now get to collect the eggs every day, so they're learning where things come from. So that my faith is very important in teaching the children the future really, and what life is and where it comes from.
How do you hope, as your children grow up, they will have a sense of wow in where they live?
We try really hard to remind them that they're very fortunate, that they are very lucky to have access to ponies and do pony club and all the fun things that they can do. And that they hope that they really appreciate that they have this access, we've been so lucky, certainly at the moment, to have access to the fields. We feel very grateful that this is where they've had to spend lockdown. And hopefully that this is what they'll remember when people talk to them about lockdown. They'll remember they were so fortunate that they had this space and they had this opportunity to spend time with us and outside all the time.
Helen, thank you so much for allowing us to come and visit today, and I wish you a very happy harvest. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Hello, Eleanor. This is your pony. Has it got a name?
Milo.
Milo is a splendid name. Now you're going to read a prayer for us in a lovely loud voice sat on Milo, all about harvest.
Dear God, thank you for all the food we have to eat. Let us remember people who may not have enough. Help us to be kind to others in our thoughts, words and deeds. Amen.
Harvest is not all about the beauty of the countryside. I'm here in the centre of Derby at the YMCA allotments, where young people grow vegetables. They're taught how to manage the beauty of God's creation. And as you will look around, you will see an amazing place where young people are learning the gifts of cultivation.
The allotment and the outside environment is one of the most important activities that we have at the YMCA. People can come down here and do as much or as little as they want, but it's the freedom of being able to sit in nature, potter around, or we have some people just come down to brew us all a cup of tea, have a chat away from all the drama that happens within the hostel environment.
Claire, as you know, we as a church community have supported the work of the YMCA for many years, whether it's giving a pair of socks, a jigsaw puzzle, a sleeping bag or food. Is there anything that you would like to say to our community in a way of thanking them for the support that the YMCA have received?
It's hard to put into words the gratitude that not only the staff and the residents, but also other people within our community that benefit from all the produce that we get from the Harvest Festival. A lot of our residents don't particularly know Rev Paul, they don't particularly know the school or the people that have donated. But because obviously when we're giving out them food parcels or a pair of socks or gloves, whatever in the winter, the Christmas boxes, they know that they've come from Rev Paul. They know that they've come from the community within your church and the school.
It's a great honour for us to help you. It's wonderful seeing young people engaging in an activity that they probably haven't had the chance to do before. Thank you. Keep up the good work. And it's amazing what you do, how you change lives. Keep safe.
Thank you, and thanks for all your help and support as well.
Hi, Fran and Jess. I'm sorry to interrupt your hard work as you work in the YMCA garden, but Jess, what is it that you enjoy about coming down here?
I enjoy coming down here to relax, to do some hard work away from all the drama up at the YM.
And Fran?
I come here to focus and get some ideas. Gardening helps me to do that so that my story plot can further.
Because I know that you want to be a writer, and yes, you love animals, and I've noticed a cat walking around. Does the cat have a name?
We called it Pumpkin. We didn't know whether it was a boy or a girl, but we decided on Pumpkin because it's more of a neutral name.
Well, thank you for allowing me just to talk to you and to see some of the things that you are doing, and I wish you all the very best as you continue to grow and develop into the people God wants you to be. Take care and keep safe.
Thank you.
Reverend, come over. We would like to thank you for all your donations and show you that we've done good things with them, like grown fresh vegetables, which we eat and enjoy. So, what do you say, ladies? Thank you.
It's a pleasure to be able to offer help, and the things that I give are actually given by many people who you will never meet, because they appreciate the hard work of YMCA and they want to support you young people to a better future that allows you to go and help other people. So take care and keep safe, and thank you.
Thank you.
I hope you've enjoyed something of a little tour around Brailsford Benefice, but also of course our trip to Derby YMCA. Can I thank all those who have allowed us to come into their world and to share with them. I hope that you've enjoyed watching something of our video. But please, let us remember to thank God for all that we have this harvest time. Let us be generous and to share, and let us value the beauty of our world and ask ourselves, what can we do that's different to make this world last for the next generation? May God bless you, and let's thank Him for our harvest. Goodbye.